One of the messages that I try to tell people, first of all, if you took Macon County or Decatur and you picked us up and you put us in Iowa or Missouri or Indiana, we'd be thriving. We'd be a vibrant, thriving business, social community, because we're in the state of Illinois with the high taxes and the high workman's comp and the high utilities and the no school choice. We've got a lot of things that are going against us.
It seems like they...
Welcome back to another episode of the Beyond Business podcast. This show isn't about talking points, party lines, or headlines. It's about real conversations with people who have actually been in the arena. We talk to people who have made decisions, not just comments. If you care about understanding how things really work, how policy gets shaped, and where leadership matters and what impact individuals can truly have, this channel is built for you. And if conversations like that matter to you, hit that subscribe button so you don't miss the ones that challenge how you think, not just what you believe. Today's guest has served in public office, understands the system from the inside, and brings perspective you don't hear enough of. He's a guest I've been looking forward to sitting down with. He's former Illinois state representative who isn't someone who came up through politics as a career move. He came in with real-world miles. He's a Decatur guy, graduate from Decatur Public Schools, and he earned his degree from Eastern Illinois University. He served more than 2 decades in the U.S. Army, retiring as a major. And if you've ever been around military leadership, you already know that builds a mindset around structure, accountability, and mission-first thinking. Professionally, he worked for ADM right here in Decatur, and he also built his own business experience, including work focused on long-term care and assisted living for disabled adults. He served locally on the Decatur City Council, the Eastern Illinois University Board of Trustees, and ultimately he represented this region in Springfield, Illinois House, serving the 101st District and later the 88th District. So today, we're going to walk the full path, where he came from, what shaped him, what he learned, and then we're going to get into the real talk, what state government can actually change, what it can't, and what politics look like now, and what people misunderstand about how laws and policies really get made. It's my absolute pleasure to welcome to the show Mr. Dan Caulkins. And first, let me start by saying thank you for your service throughout your entire life, and welcome to the Beyond Business podcast.
Well, thank you for making it worthwhile.
Yeah. Feel like that's enough. I can go now. Just give me that clip.
That's it.
No, I really do appreciate it. We kind of just met by chance, a mutual friend that we've both come to know over the years. But we'll give Pat a shout out. PY Construction, he does his thing. I've known him since we were kids, and Dan has met him through getting some work done, and he's a good guy doing good things in the community. So before we get into any politics, I know you grew up here in Decatur. What first, for the people who are from this area, what part of Decatur did you grow up in? What public school did you graduate from? And what was Dan the kid? What was it? Describe that guy.
No, I don't dare do that. Even though the statutes of limitations have long expired.
That's great. That's great.
Well, we moved here when I was in the middle of the first grade. My mother and father moved down here. I had 3 brothers. We moved from Duluth, Minnesota.
Okay.
My father bought a restaurant here in Decatur. Family connections. There was a company called Swain and Myers, which was a restaurant supply company. And there was a restaurant that came available through my grandparents and contacts. And my mother and dad, they kind of brought my father in, and he bought this restaurant and ran it for several years. I grew up on Decatur Street, inner city. Back then, there was an inner city neighborhood just to the east of us, Stone Street and whatnot, where Greenwood Cemetery is.
Yep.
Well, that whole neighborhood was almost exclusively a black neighborhood, small, not really well-constructed homes, a lot of working lower middle class families.
Yeah.
But it was our neighborhood, and that's where we grew up. And there were other people around us, but went to Mary W. French schools.
Oh, the place you're describing, that was your neighborhood?
Yeah.
Oh, I got you. Okay.
Well, we didn't live in that neighborhood.
Yeah,
we lived on Decatur,
Sure.
Decatur Street, Edward Street, in that area.
That area, was it keep out of that area, or you're like, no, we were kids. That was
we were
everyone
kids.
stomping around.
No, I mean, we
Ride your bike where you ride
no,
it.
there wasn't.
Yeah.
The kids, we didn't. It didn't matter to us. Friends, Albert Hines, and all the families that were down there.
Yeah.
So we walked to Mary W. French School.
Okay.
All of us. I mean, we'd all just kind of walk on the beaten path
Right.
up to school and back. And then from there, walked to Woodrow Wilson.
Yeah.
And then while I was at Woodrow Wilson, my mom and dad my mother and father got divorced. And we stayed in that neighborhood. We sold the house and moved down on Edward Street. And then my mom started to work and met a man, fell in love, and they got married when I was a freshman in high school.
Okay.
Moved to South Shores.
All right.
And went to Stephen Decatur High School downtown.
You have a good relationship with that gentleman?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, great.
No, that's my dad.
Okay.
He raised us. He
Sure.
took in my three brothers.
Yeah.
He had 3 sons and a daughter. So
Here we go. Let's go.
It was we had our own.
That was your own world there.
Yeah, we
huh?
did. It
That's
was all good.
That's
and
great.
then about 2 years later, I got a stepsister.
Okay.
And
Yeah.
it was a great family environment.
Yeah.
Grew up together. We all,
You were a family.
we had 6 of my brothers. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of my brothers shared a room
Yeah.
and a bathroom.
A couple bunk beds.
It was
It's all
3
good.
sets of bunk
Yeah,
beds.
Heck yeah.
And then one of my other brothers and I, my dad walled off part of the basement, and we had our own room down there.
Sure, you make it work.
The oldest. And then my sister, of course, she had her own room upstairs.
Right.
And then my sister Molly showed up and kind of cramped things a little bit.
You got roommate now.
Yeah, well, but I was 16 and going through high school. And,
Sure.
It was a tremendous experience.
Yeah. So, what kind of student were you? Were you academic or an athlete, a troublemaker?
Yeah.
Yeah. Maybe a little bit of everything.
I did okay. I mean, I was smart enough to do okay. I just, my mom and my father getting divorced kind of threw a wrench in my system here, and I kind of rebelled a lot when I was going into Woodrow Wilson.
Yeah.
And my grades weren't very good. And after, I guess, I don't know, a couple of report cards or some mail that came home, one day my mother drove me to school and then marched me into the Dean of Boys' office.
She didn't like how that was going, huh?
She didn't like how things were going at all. And said, hey, something's got to change here. You got to straighten this kid out. And Mr. Oakes, who became a superintendent, but Bob Oakes was the Dean of Boys at Woodrow Wilson. And he grabbed me by the neck and took me to detention and said, you'll be here every morning with your homework.
We're going to do this.
And we're going to do this.
I just got the green light.
He did. My mom just said, hey, you got to take care of this for me.
Good old days.
Yeah. Well, she had 4 boys.
Yeah.
And, single mom. And
I need
was
help.
the oldest. Yeah. And
He said, I got you.
And he did. And Mr. Oakes played a very important role in my maturing.
Yeah.
And
little force along the way never hurts, right?
No, it was really good.
That's
and
great.
Then, so then I went to Stephen Decatur, and I was good for a couple of years. And my mom had remarried, and I weighed about 110 pounds and went out for football, and they made me a defensive lineman as a freshman. Yeah.
Okay. Well.
And I didn't get to play at all.
All right. So they could have made you anything.
They could.
huh?
Well, yeah, probably. But we were always having fun on the sidelines, and so our freshman coach was the wrestling coach, and he said, "Hey," he said, "you're not going to be playing football. You're too small, but come down here, come to the wrestling program.
Oh yeah,
because
weight
it's
class.
all by weight classes."
Damn right.
So I wrestled for 4 years at Stephen Decatur. Never lost a wrestle off. Lettered.
Nice.
Freshman. Sophomore. I mean, I found a place.
Yeah.
and it
That's
was
cool.
good. Yeah.
That's an awesome sport. I mean, still to this day, I mean, not only is it, I mean, it puts you in extremely good shape.
Yeah.
You have to be. Endurance is.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, that's cool. That's cool. So you went straight to EIU after you graduated from high school?
In June. I graduated in June.
Okay.
And I went to Eastern in June.
Oh, you started early.
Oh, I had to.
Oh. What's that? Why?
Well, because at the end of it all said and done, my grades at the end of high school weren't all that great.
Oh, you need to get there and get her going.
Well, that's the only way they'd let me in.
Oh, you had to go do
I
some
had to
summer
go to summer
class.
school.
Okay.
So they let me come in if I wanted to go to summer school.
Oh, strictly to get it in order.
Yep. And so I was at Eastern for, back then it was quarters.
Sure.
So I was on the dean's list at Eastern.
Oh, so you're like, okay.
No.
It's
Every
time
time I
now.
went by the dean's office, he says, "You're on my list."
Oh. You're like not the one that.
No.
You don't get a bumper sticker for this.
no, I was on his list.
That's great.
And at the end of the second quarter, they said, you really need to go somewhere and grow up. And my grade point was like 1.2 or something.
So this is where the military
Correct.
idea. So did someone mention it? Did you run into a recruiter? Did you have a buddy, or did you see a poster? What the hell makes you go? Well, I'm not going back home with not passing.
I did go back home. I mean, I had no place else to go.
Sure.
And having flunked out of college was a major blow to my family. I mean, the expectation was that, all 9 kids, I mean, all of us, we were going to go to college.
Sure.
And we were going to get a degree. And so I came home and...
You just went the long route.
Yeah. Well, so I got a job.
Okay.
And I got to be like a watchman, a night watchman at a foundry.
Okay.
And I'm thinking, this isn't...
Yeah,
there's
here we go.
Not a career path here. And a friend of ours, family in South Shores, was the chief of police. And I thought, well, okay, maybe something I want to do.
Okay.
So my dad got me down there. My dad was in the Navy.
Yeah.
And so he got me down there to see the chief, and we talked about careers and what the military could do and how you could work things out and come out with a good solid base to have a career in the world. And I thought, okay. So then
the chief of police was talking to you about a military career, not a police.
No. He said, go.
He was a military career guy, probably. Yeah.
And so he said, go in the Army or whatever.
Come out here and do what you want.
Yeah,
with this.
you'll have a good solid base of training. So I started talking to the recruiters. A lot of my friends joined the Marines back then. This was 1966.
Okay.
65, 66.
Oh.
Yeah.
So things were about to get interesting.
Things were very interesting. And I settled on the Army. It was a 3-year. I took the test, the aptitude tests, and the Marines would tell you, yeah, you can come in and be a Marine, and then we'll tell you what you're going to do after you finish your training.
Right.
Navy said, I think it was 4 years to be in the Navy. The Air Force was packed. They weren't taking recruits. And the Army said, look, you take these tests. We'll tell you what your aptitudes are. We'll give you choices of schools. And you're like, for 3 years. And you
sounds like I at least have a little option this direction. Right.
And I thought, that's good. So I went and took all the aptitude tests. They said, you don't want to be a policeman.
Okay.
We want you to be something in the electronic technicians and stuff. And so they signed me up to go to microwave radio repair school.
Okay.
So I signed on the line, enlisted, went through the introduction, got down to Fort Leonard Wood, and they lined us all up, and they said, time to take a test. And I said, I've got a postcard here from Major, I don't know, somebody. It says that I've got to be at Fort Monmouth, New Jersey, in 5 months. And the guy pulled that postcard and he looked at it and he said, yeah, sure, thanks. Now go take the test. I went, wait a minute.
Yeah.
And he said, no, you've got to take the test here now. You want to try that? And I went, holy shit.
Okay.
So we did the test and everything was fine.
Okay.
I was smart enough to do that stuff. And
all right.
So we're out running around in the mud at Fort Leonard Wood in February, March. And they had some guy come out we were in field exercises in the middle of winter. It was ugly and cold.
Hey, everybody, I want to take a quick second to let you know that the Beyond Business Studio swag store is officially open. Click the link in the description or scan this QR code to get your apparel game on point and rep Beyond Business. We got hats, hoodies, t-shirts, tank tops, and everything else. Several logos to choose from. Scan and customize yours today. I also want to shout out the partners who help make Beyond Business possible. First up is Dubby Energy Drink. If you're grinding, creating, training, or just need clean energy without the crash, Dubby is my go-to. No sugar, no spikes, no nonsense, just focus, endurance, and clarity. Head over to dubby.gg and use code BeyondBiz at checkout to get 10% off your order. That's BeyondBiz. Support the show and fuel the hustle at the same time. Oakwood Screen Printing. These gals are the real deal when it comes to custom apparel. Direct to film, silk screening, embroidering, heat transferring, you name it, they do it. And they don't just put it on clothing, they put it on anything. Whether you're in need of a small custom run or a massive order, Oakwood Screen Printing handles it all. Fast, professional, and top-tier quality. If you've got a brand, a business, a team, or an idea, they'll bring it to life. Check them out at oakwoodscreenprinting.com. And finally, Midwest Lightning Rods, protecting homes, businesses, and critical infrastructures from lightning strikes across the Midwest. This isn't just another contractor. This is decades of experience, code-compliant systems, and real protection where it matters most. When lightning strikes, preparation makes the difference. Learn about how you can become part of the community that's been protected by MLR at lightningstrikes-weprotect.com. As always, when you support these companies, you're supporting Beyond Business. If you haven't done it yet, I urge you to hit that subscribe button right below this post and follow the Beyond Business page on all your social media platforms that you follow. Now, let's dive back into it.
Yeah. And I had some guy come out, an officer came out to the field and said, hey, and I called 3 or 4 of us into the headquarters tent and said, you need to get on the truck and go in, take a shower, put on fresh uniform, and go to the theater. We got a presentation we want you to watch. And I went, hot shower, clean clothes.
There's a trick here.
I'm in.
Yeah, for sure.
Where's the bus?
Yeah.
Put me in the back of the deuce and a half, and I'm out of here.
Even if they're beating us up at the theater, let's go.
You can whatever. And it was a presentation for Officers Candidate School. And they had all these college linebackers and tackles. And
right.
These guys in their sharp dress blue uniforms and, just like studs. Yeah. And they're standing up there telling everybody what a great deal it was to go to Officers Candidate School and your career and, and this, that, and the other. I fell for it. And I said, yeah, sign me up. And they said, okay. They will send you to Signal Officers Candidate School. That seemed to be my aptitude.
Okay.
So I went from Leonard Wood to Fort Jackson to advanced infantry training. And we did all that. And then after a couple of weeks, I went down to Fort Gordon to Officers Candidate School and zoomed through that. I was I was 19 years old at the time.
Was this stuff just mind-blowingly difficult, or was it like you were accepting challenges at that time in life to where it was like, let's go?
I was 19 and I was in great shape.
You're like, I'm one of the 4 they pulled out of that group of guys, so I must have something.
They see something in me.
Let me get a shower.
Yeah, and a hot meal.
Let's go.
And so, Officer Candidate School was physically demanding.
Which, at the end of that, what are you getting at the end of Officer Candidate School? What are you?
A second lieutenant.
Okay.
So
it's boosting you.
Yeah. I went from being a PFC to a second lieutenant.
Oh, so these ranking officers are chosen. I mean, it's not just anyone can work their way up. I mean, you're selected as someone to go to officer school.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So we went, I got through, and it was physically challenging. But, I was 19 years old. I was in great shape.
Right.
Just been through basic training, advanced infantry training.
Yeah.
And, it was the mental part of it that was really the challenging part.
Explain.
Well, they wanted to make sure that you were going to be a leader. I mean, that you weren't going to fail under fire or shirk from duty or your moral standards.
They were trying to break you mentally.
Yeah.
So it was just
Right.
constant, psychological testing.
Oh, yeah. No, the TAC officers that, were in charge of us were constantly, berating us and doing crazy things. And
At the time, can you remember, back then, in your brain, were you like, I know this is just part of the game?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because I know some people, I guess that's what probably weeds them out is they go,
Right.
fuck this.
I don't need this. I'm
not having someone treat me. Yeah.
No, they're not going to come dump my footlocker over.
And you're like,
I can fix this.
This is part of the game.
Yeah, how many push-ups you want? I mean,
Fair.
So
it was just a matter of you going, I'm going to succeed.
I will succeed.
What's in the way? Well, I guess we'll see. I'm going to try not to make you mad, to make me stand out like the jackass, but I'm also going to be here.
Yeah.
That's great.
And it was, being the young guy, most of the people that were in that were college graduates. Almost all of them were.
That's what I was going to say. So when you become an officer, you're in your first 3 years, aren't you?
Yeah. Well, I was, when I graduated, I had a year of active duty.
Right.
And I had just turned 20. I turned 20 in January and got commissioned in February. I was essentially almost 1 month away from being a teenage lieutenant, which is the biggest,
right.
no in the
It's just
history of
crazy,
the military.
right?
But
Yeah.
So they lined us all up and they said, okay, everybody that's prior service, which people that had served their 3 years or 6 years or whatever, had been in the Army, had not been to Vietnam, which this was 1966 or 67. If you're prior service, step forward. And they said, okay. And then they sent all those people to Vietnam, essentially, went to units forming up to go to Vietnam. And then the rest of us are standing around looking at ourselves. We're brand new second lieutenants. We go, so, okay, those guys are going to Vietnam.
The ones that had already been are going back.
Well, no, they had never been.
Oh, the ones you had been?
No.
Oh, no. Okay.
But
I got you.
But I hadn't been prior service long enough.
Gotcha.
I was basically a newbie.
Right.
Where these guys had re-enlisted to go to Officer Candidate School.
Yes. Oh, so typically it goes, you do your 3 years, and then you get the offer.
You can apply.
To apply to, okay. So
to earn a commission.
Really, that's a pat on your back. Something looked right. You know what I mean? However it went.
Yeah.
I
don't know. I haven't met any of those people since. I hope they're proud of me.
Right. So it started okay.
Yeah.
I don't know how.
I think it's gone well. So then they took the rest of us, and there were 3 of us out of, I think, 10 or 11 left that seemed to have some kind of influence. One guy went to the Pentagon. And one guy went to a Nike Air Base outside of Philadelphia. And it just so happens that that's where his family lived, in Philadelphia. They said his dad must have pulled some strings and got him assigned to this Nike Air Base in Philadelphia. And then the rest of us went to Germany. So they just loaded a whole bunch of second lieutenants on an airplane and sent them over to Germany, and we filled in various open places for signal officers.
What is a signal officer?
Communications.
Yeah. So did you ever end up in Vietnam?
No, I spent my 2 years after I got commissioned in Germany.
Oh, and then Vietnam wrapped up at some point.
No.
There, or...
Sorry.
No, me too. Mine wasn't on silent either for some reason.
Yeah, well. No, the Army knew where I was.
Yeah.
And if they needed me, I was available. I wasn't hiding. I wasn't running away. But I ended up in the 8th Infantry Division, which then gave me an opportunity to go to airborne school. Because the 8th Infantry Division had the Airborne Brigade in Europe.
Okay.
And so they needed airborne qualified signal officers, not many, but single guy, 20 years old. I went, sure, I want to go. Let me go.
Yeah.
Where do you want to go? And so they sent me there, and then they sent me to the Airborne Brigade as a battalion signal officer.
Huh.
So I spent almost 2 years running around Germany, jumping out of airplanes and having a good time.
Yeah.
Waiting for the Russians to come through the Fulda Gap. That was our mission.
Right. So by the time you get back from Germany, you had now been in the military how long?
3 years.
Total.
3 years and a month and a half. Or
Okay.
whatever, yeah.
And then you already knew in your mind, you said, I'm going to make a career of this, or you're like, I'm going to go for 3 more, or I'm going to, or how's that?
Well, they
Or they
offered-
entice you?
Yes. Oh,
Okay.
absolutely. No, they didn't want me to leave. And they said, hey, look.
Right, because you have already made it
Yeah.
to the part where we need you.
Yeah.
Right,
yeah,
right.
You're doing good, and we'd like to keep you. And I said, so what does that mean? They said, well, you sign this little declaration that you're wanting to voluntarily extend, which meant that I lost control of when I could get out. I read the fine print.
Before you signed it?
I
Or
didn't
after?
sign it. No.
Oh, okay.
They said, if you sign up, voluntarily extend your service, and then we're going to promote you. And I said, and where am I going to get this promotion? And they said, well, Vietnam. I said, okay. Look, I said, I'm a young guy. I have no college, essentially. I flunked out of college.
Right.
And all my peers are electrical engineers, West Point graduates, or, guys that were 3-4 years older than me that had their college degree, and they had their,
Right.
They had all of that. I said, this war is going to end. And at the end of this war, in 3 or 4 or 5 years, whenever, I'm going to be, having been in the Army 8, 9, 10 years. And then I'm going to have to make a choice. And I said, and so either stay to get my 20 or to get out before I can retire. I said, so here's what I'll do. I said, I'm going to go home. I'm going to go get my degree. And if things work out, I'll come back. And they said, well, okay, go home. And so I did. I went home, went to Eastern, and earned my degree.
Really?
Yeah.
You went back to Eastern.
Well, yeah, I had
Whole
all these,
different
yeah.
focus. You're like, I got
but I had
this.
all these credits.
Oh, yeah.
Even though I
yeah.
didn't have good grades.
Right.
I didn't have to take English again. I didn't have to take all those
But
classes.
was the shift of mindset was, I mean, you had became a man.
Yeah. Well, I was responsible for myself.
Right. You were answering to you.
Right. And I knew what I wanted, and I knew what I didn't want.
So in their mind, they're going, yeah, we're not going to hear from him again.
Right.
Damn.
Yeah.
Lost him.
Lost another one, yeah.
But then you come and get your degree.
I came home, got my degree, and got a job, and went to work for ADM.
Okay.
And then got married. Been married 51 plus years. Same woman. She puts up with this.
Yeah.
So we got married, and ADM moved us to Columbus, Ohio. I was a salesman.
Okay.
And I went to Columbus, Ohio, and I don't know, I was reading the paper one day, and the fair was on. The state fair was on, Columbus. And there was a picture on page 3 of a bunch of guys rappelling from the grandstands at the state fair. And they're rappelling into the stage and, putting on all these demonstrations.
You're like, I can do that.
Yeah, I said, oh, who's that? Yeah. I can do that. And so I found out who it was. It was this 11th Special Forces Group in Columbus, Ohio. And so I hunted them down, and I went out to their headquarters during a drill weekend. And I said, hey, I'm an airborne qualified signal officer. Do you need anybody? And wouldn't you know that their battalion signal officer was being transferred back to Chicago. He worked for Federal Sign and Signal, and they were going to lose their signal officer. And they said, oh, really? Come to summer camp with us, and let's just see how it works out. So I went to summer camp, and they signed me up, and I spent about another 4 years.
So you're 23, 24 at this time? When
24, 25.
Okay.
25.
Newly married.
No, newly married.
She's along for the ride.
Oh, yeah. Well, my wife's a school teacher, and she's very, very self-confident.
Yeah.
Independent.
Yeah.
So it was, it was a staycation for her when I was gone on the weekend. She could go hang out at the pool with her friends.
Yeah.
So we did that, and then ADM brought me back to Decatur, and I commuted back to Columbus to go to, stay in my unit. And then that got to be treacherous, and I would be able to go to the National Guard headquarters here downtown,
Yeah.
Walker's place.
Uh-huh.
And if I couldn't get back to Ohio, I could do my drill weekends in Decatur. So I did that for several months. And then one of the officers over there called me in and he said, look, quit jacking around going back to Columbus. He said, we've got an opening here for you. We'd like to have you come and be a part of our unit. And we've got a job for you here. And I said, well, I don't know. Okay. So then I joined the National Guard.
Here.
Yeah. And about a year and a half later, this same guy, Major Miller, called me in, and he said, you want promoted? And I said, yeah, I'd like to get promoted. And he said, okay, you're not going to be a signal officer anymore. And I said, well, wait a minute, that's what I went to school for.
Right. That's what I know.
That's all I do. And he said, no, you're 5 years in the Special Forces, and we're going to branch transfer you to infantry, and we're going to give you a rifle company in Mattoon. So,
yeah.
So I put in the paperwork, and I became an infantry officer, and then they sent me to Mattoon to run a rifle company for 3 years.
Dude, how cool!
So
it's like
great
just
stuff.
stumbling in,
just
random,
random military
perfect
stuff. Yeah, it all
perfect
worked out.
timing.
Everything worked, and we did that. And then they sent me over to Springfield to the state headquarters, and I did the officer candidate school for a while, and then I worked in the training division, training captains and lieutenants, company officers,
right,
and helping going around the state, helping them get organized and develop their skills and train their troops.
So when you were in Mattoon, that was a full-time gig?
No.
You were still at ADM?
No, I had left ADM.
Okay.
There's a long history here.
Okay. No, I mean, but that's not what you did for a living at that point?
No.
So is that when you had your own?
No, as well before. There's a big span of time in here trying to find my way.
Okay.
I left ADM and went to work for a company in Atlanta, Georgia. I was going to buy the company. I worked in the lecithin division. I ran the ADM Russ and Rowe, and one of our customers had a small independent lecithin company down in Atlanta. And he asked me if I would be interested in taking over his company. And it was kind of time to leave ADM and time to move on to something else. And I said yes, and so I left ADM, went to work for him, and I was his national sales manager and doing stuff and things for him. And one day the guy had to be in his late 70s. He was up cleaning his gutters, and he fell off the roof. And he put himself in the hospital for about 5 months. And we kept working and talking, and I would go down to see him. One time I went down to see him. I said, Joe, this could be a sign that maybe it's time for me to move to Atlanta and start taking over the operations. And we start doing our transition. And he said, I don't think I can ever quit working. I just don't think I'll ever be able to do that. And I said, Joe, I don't want to be 50 years old having worked for you and something you pass on and I have no deal here. I mean, that was our plan.
Right.
He said, well, I just can't. He had an epiphany, I guess, laying in the hospital that he had to work. So I left that company, and Joe and I just had a heart-to-heart talk. She was teaching school at Macon. And I said, you know what? We're from Decatur. You've got a good job in Decatur. I can always find work. I'll always be able to find work. So I did. I worked in an insurance company, Wausau Insurance Company, for 3 years. And then that ended, and it was amicable, but I couldn't make a good living.
Right.
I sold cars.
Okay, so you've done it.
Yeah, I sold cars for 5 years. Jeff Black hired me as an industrial outside sales for a couple of years, but continuing trying to find something that I wanted to do. And that's when I got into the long-term care while I was working for Jeff.
Well, hats off to you, because it wasn't a popular no one in your day would have recommended that you bounce around gigs. Everyone back then goes, you find something, you work your way to the top, and when you're there, just stay there.
Right. Yeah, work your way up.
And that's it. And sometimes the top, depends on what it was, wasn't that good. Sometimes, of course, it was beautiful. But I think my advice to even young people now is go work for Jeff Ludwig and sell insurance for a year. Yeah. Go work for Caleb Jump and do financial advice. See what something is going to get, right. If you're in college, go intern, do the things that, because you do have the ability to get some experience long before you jump into the, I need a paycheck part of life.
Well, you want to, there's a certain part of that that's a reality.
Yes.
You do need a paycheck.
This is true.
But you should hopefully end up doing something you really like.
Right.
Something that fits your personality, that gives you the gratification of going to work every day.
Right. Because no matter what you make, that wears off pretty quick because you usually adjust your lifestyle if your job adjusts, and then you go, well, shit, I'm broker than I was when I was broke. How's that?
Still can't afford that motorcycle.
Right. Damn it. No, I just think that's, if nothing else, there's something to say, and I'm sure the military taught you this a lot too as a young guy. It's dealing with people is not easy, right? I mean, whether people have lives outside of whatever they're doing, and that comes with them a lot of times. So, I mean, just to have, you said you were in a leadership role in the military pretty early on, and then by the end you were training officers. So, that's even more than a leadership quality. That's almost just, ability to, I don't know. I don't even know if you can learn it. I think you just get it as you go. You deal with enough people and you go, well.
It has to be, a lot of times, and I look back at myself and my ego and my temper and temperament.
Sure.
And, charge forward, take the hill.
Yeah.
Run to the gunfire.
That's great.
March on. I don't care. But as you get older, you get tempered.
Sure.
And I tell young people, when you're young, you're like a saw, and you're just frickin' sawing away and sawing away. I said, but what you really need to do is get a file. And you need to kind of file down those sharp teeth on that saw.
Yeah.
You can still saw away, but you don't necessarily have to be.
Yeah.
Don't have to be aggressively sawing away.
Well, there is a time and place to be able to push forward, but yes, very well put on going, hey, take some of that.
You can still saw, but it doesn't have to be such an
dull
aggressive
edges off.
cut.
Yeah, take the dull edges off a little bit. Yeah.
You don't need to leave a scar every time you deal with people.
That's right. No, that's good. Well, so, okay, let's fast track to what year, what sparked, were you a guy who started diving into politics, had always kind of paid attention, or just started paying attention and someone said, hey man, you could do this? Or tell me how that journey or even thought process went of going, how do I get involved here?
It didn't really get to, I really wasn't political young man.
Right.
But when I got to college, I got back to Eastern, I was older, and so I was really not looking for the fraternity life. But at that time, 1967, 1968, a lot of guys were coming home and going to school. And so we kind of formed our own fraternity, so to speak. It was the XGIs, and we had our own group of with support.
Oh, that's cool.
Eastern had a manager, an office for military affairs that were encouraging veterans to come to Eastern and supporting us while we were there. The guy that ran,
because the guys getting out of the service then on half the country weren't very popular, right?
Right. But they had the GI Bill.
Right.
And in Illinois, we had a state scholarship.
Oh, yeah.
So you could go to college for basically nothing.
Right. Come do it.
Yeah, come do it. And, let's get you back into the world. And the dean is very interesting that the dean that ran the Veterans Affairs had survived the Bataan Death March in the Pacific in World War II. I mean, he was one of the few people that lived to tell about it. He was a great guy and a great empathy, and he was always looking out for us. So when I got in that group, as you know, any group, they're going, well, all right, we have to elect officers.
We got too many people. Someone's got to be in charge.
Somebody's got to be in charge. Who wants to be in charge? Nobody does. I don't care. Nobody does. Nobody.
No, for sure.
No,
Yeah.
Especially in college.
Right.
Nobody wants to be in charge. Well,
sounds like responsibility.
yeah. So I got pushed into being part of the leadership group on campus. And I ended up being the president of our Veterans Club. And we had Illinois State Veterans of College, a state organization that I ended up my senior year being the president of. And during that time, we were pushing for the GI Bill to be renewed because it was still a Korean era. So it was like $130 a month. Right. And it really hadn't kept up with inflation in the times. So we were lobbying as a state organization in D.C. And so I got involved in that. And that's where I got introduced to politics.
You were on the lobbyist side for a bit.
We were lobbying for veterans benefits. And we got it done. We got it through the House and the Senate. And I got invited as the president from Illinois to go to Washington, D.C., and I'm standing in the White House, and Richard Nixon's like from here to the wall, signing the bill, and I got a pen from the bills. You know how they here's a pen, here's a bill. You know, you get 20 or 30 pens passed around, and who knows, but
either way, you got one.
Yeah, so I ended up getting one of the Richard Nixon pens, and I thought, now this works. This is how the system works. And that's where I really...
A group of dudes in Charleston throw you in charge, and next thing you know, you're in the White House going, we did that shit, boys.
We did it.
So that convinced you that you could do it.
It sparked an interest. Yeah. And then I moved to Ohio and really, busy with, work and starting a life. Then we came back to Decatur, and shortly after that, I met Dwayne Nolan and got involved with his campaign and I knocked doors for him in South Shores. He said, "Oh yeah."
What'd Dwayne Nolan do?
He was a state rep.
Okay, I just remember his name.
He was a state senator.
Senator, yeah, okay, yeah.
He said, I said, can I help? And he said, "Sure. Here, take this list of people and go knock on their door and tell them how great I am." And I went, "Yeah, sure, give me that list.
Sure.
Give me that list." Well, it's the summer. Going into a November election, and I'm out in South Shores 2 or 3 hours in the evening, knocking on people's doors. I had no idea the size of that district. I'm thinking, I'm going to walk down this block, and then I'll go over here and walk down. No, it's the whole daggum South Shores.
Right.
And he said, "Yeah, go do this."
Yeah.
And that's how I got involved personally.
Yeah. So was your first move in on something was city council?
Well, the first move was when Dwayne moved to the Senate, they had an open seat.
Okay.
And so I thought, well, shoot, I'm Dwayne's buddy, and I know what's
kind of
going
know what
on,
he's doing.
And I'm a young guy. It's time to get some fresh, young conservative blood in Springfield. I went through the process, and they chose Bill Mitchell.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Okay.
And they chose Bill. Bill had been on the city council. He'd been active in county politics.
So other than knocking doors at the time, you're like, I don't have experience.
I've never been elected.
Figure I could do it.
Yeah.
Why not?
They got a business guy.
And so when Bill got it, were you like, oh man, or was it like, I didn't. I mean, whatever.
I wrote him a check for $500 to put in his campaign.
Oh yeah, you're like, I mean, I took a stab. I don't know.
There's no hard feelings.
Yeah, you're probably better than me right now. I don't know.
I don't know. So I said, let me help you.
Yeah, that's great.
So I helped Bill for about 20 years.
You were like on board with him.
Yeah.
Oh, that's great.
I was his treasurer for a while. I mean,
that's cool.
Did things together.
So when you got involved in that seat, is it when he left it?
Yeah, he retired.
Oh, and then you're like, hey.
So in the interim, I got elected to the city council while he was still a state rep.
Gotcha. Okay. So was that like your spot for the taking base? I mean, or was it still as a process?
It was a process.
Okay.
Yeah, no, it was a
So now you have to have people go knock on doors for you.
Yeah, we had events and we did things and ran around the city and so I got elected to city council.
But so you were on something in the House before you were a rep, right?
No.
Okay. So what's the two different districts? I said,
No, they read in new census.
oh, they just renamed the district.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Every 10 years they have to
Okay,
redraw
I sure
the
was
map.
like, well, what other district was it?
Yeah, well, it was 80% of my 101st district, and then a bunch of new people up in McLean County, Bloomington.
So what would you say once you got the seat to where you are now involved, you are the state rep, what is the thing that, and now this is coming from a young lobbyist who knows firsthand that you can get things done. If you figure out how to do them, it can happen.
Right.
And you seed people for 20 years doing it, on the other side. So when you actually get to Springfield and it's your seat, and what is the thing that was the most shocking to you or surprising to you, whether it be how things go or just how anything? What was it, something that just made you go, how did I not see this before I got here?
The total disrespect by the Democrats of the Republicans.
Really?
Total disrespect.
Just blatant.
Blatant. Completely blatant.
Like
Majority rules. It's a democracy.
But
which is
even
why
personally, it's even like there's not, we can still talk.
Oh, you can talk.
But I mean, not.
But you're not going to get anything done if they don't want it done.
Oh, they're set.
Or they'll take your ideas and put them in their own bill.
Right. Oh, and you're going, okay, so I guess this is the challenge, is figure out how to.
Well, the challenge was to work behind the scenes, work hard in committees, be prepared to discuss the issues as they came up in the committees, and then defend your position on the House floor during debate.
And do you feel like you were successful?
In committees, a lot of times, and these are the things that people don't see. They say the Republicans have no power. The power is to slow down, stop, or amend bad things.
Right.
They never get out. I mean, it's in the committees. It's in the working behind the scenes in the committees, trying to convince somebody or Democrat that, you really don't want to do this. I mean, let me explain to you what the unintended, or maybe if it's intended, then I'm wasting my time. But here's what we think. Here's what I think the unintended consequences are if we go forward in this manner.
And do you ever have people that go, okay, okay.
Yeah, they go, okay, I got to think about that. I hadn't thought of it for that.
Yeah.
Angle. I mean,
well, no, that's great.
And then when these bills would come back in committee, they had been altered in ways.
Oh, you're saying the Republicans don't get any credit for how some of these get swayed to be a little bit better.
Right.
Right.
But
right.
that's
you got to get. They need to get credit, man. You got to take that credit.
It's amazing. And I mean, it's why we don't have a democracy in America.
Right.
Because democracy is the one party rule. Whoever's got the most votes can trample on the rights and of the rest of them.
Right.
If my friends, if we're in a group and I have 5 friends and you have 3 friends, and we want you to double your dues, but we're not doubling our dues, you got nothing to say about it if you want to be a part of the party.
Right. So your relationship behind the scenes is far more valuable than your vote on the floor.
Absolutely. Yeah. By the time things get on the floor, it's done.
Right. It's just
done.
formality.
Yeah. Because 99.9% of the time.
Right.
Yeah. So so our job was to work behind the scenes and then inform the public what we believe the consequences of passing this bill would be if it's a bad bill. There's a lot of stuff that goes through Springfield on unanimous consent.
Right. Sure. Well, so I haven't been, for years, I kind of intentionally didn't pay attention to politics, but.
So you like your taxes?
So lately, I
like your power bill.
I'm not liking it. I'm not liking it. So that, and the older I got, the more I paid attention to. Wait a minute, I know I didn't leave all my lights on.
I started out at the top here.
What is going on?
And this went in my bank account.
Yeah. So I guess that's what my question is. So I have some friends, not political, but like business owners, and whatnot, up in the Chicago area, right? And so when I went up and visited them not long ago, we're sitting at lunch, and I go, why do you guys, what am I missing up here that you guys like J.B. Pritzker? Because it has to be we get whatever works for Chicago. And I do understand that Chicago must be ran differently than downstate, period. Has to be. So I get that some shit's not going to make sense to me. That's acceptable because I also go to Chicago and go, yep, this is billions of dollars of revenue, period.
Yep, and the garbage gets picked up and the streets get plowed.
But they go, we don't like that son of a bitch. And I'm like, well, wait, who likes him then?
Yeah,
he's like, I
don't
know. Like, he's not, we're getting, we're getting cracked.
And their schools are bad.
You think, like, you guys, your pay scale is this. So just imagine what, what they take of ours, and I'm going, okay, so I really don't understand then.
I don't either.
Oh.
Well,
will he ever? I mean, because Democrats are going to keep him there just because he's a Democrat.
Well, no, just because he's a billionaire. That's how he got picked.
Yeah, but what makes everyone else go, we're going to honor this shit if he's not doing a good job? Can't there be another Democrat that's a fuck?
He's writing the checks.
To himself, too, though.
Well, there's some thoughts about how his family's benefiting from some decisions that get made. But, I mean, the guy's a billionaire. So
only billionaire, right? The only billionaire governor.
Yeah, the only billionaire governor. But his family, his immediate family are all billionaires.
Yeah,
it's one of the richest families in the country. So this guy can write a $50 million check, and it's like us going to the gas station, filling our car for $50 or $80.
Oh, so you're saying, of course, that he can sway anything he wants.
Right.
He's in charge.
He's in charge, and he's right. This is how Madigan got pumped out. This is what happened to Madigan. Madigan was always in charge of the money. He was the head of the Illinois Democrats. He was the head of the committee groups, and he raised the money for Democrat organizations. And he doled the money out to the people the way he wanted it to control, and who got elected, who got reelected. And he helped people get jobs, one of the things he went to prison for.
Right.
But he did all that. Well, Bruce Rauner gets elected, and he's a multimillionaire, 100 millionaire, whatever, and he could self-finance his campaign as well. He didn't need a Madigan, and he was well-known in Chicago and had been very involved in the Boys and Girls Clubs and the Red Cross, and, I mean, doing things. And when he finally decided to run for governor, but he could self-fund.
Right.
For the most part.
Right.
Well, then the Democrats going, well, shit, what are we going to do? Well, let's get J.B. Pritzker in here because he can self-fund.
For his pockets.
Yeah. He can self-fund more than Bruce Rauner can self-fund.
Oh, so it was just a way to get the Democrats back in the seat.
Yeah. So they pumped him up and surrounded him with people and ran a great campaign. And
dude, he still has some people. I don't know if they're just staging it or what, but he has, whenever he does this dumbass shit, people are clapping for it. It's like,
okay. So what's the kind of the perception of Republicans, conservatives?
Right.
Okay. We want cut costs. We want to trim the welfare rolls. We want people to go to work.
Right.
Okay. We want to lower your taxes, which means we've got less money to spend on frivolous things. And what do the Democrats say?
Spend.
We're going to.
We'll get it eventually.
We're going to pump money into your Boys and Girls Club. We're going to pump money into your
That's
community
okay, but
centers.
I'm just not buying it, dude.
No, but
it doesn't go where they say it's going to go.
Yeah,
and that's
but no, there are tangible things that happen. And so, if you're going to vote your pocketbook, which is what we say,
right?
All elections come down to kitchen table issues.
Yeah.
Are you going to vote for somebody who says that he's going to start cutting these programs, trimming stuff back? Or are you going to vote for the guy that says, hey, you're going to get a 10% increase next year in your grant? We're going to keep these NGOs going. And we're not
going to say where that money's coming from.
No.
Because it's coming from you. So.
Yeah. Yeah. And
so it's all just...
So we now have, and this is my own opinion.
Oh, so you're even looking at it going, yeah, we sound like less appealing.
Yeah. Well, and
Because people don't look, they looking at the sales pitch rather than reality.
right.
Yeah, it's our fault.
Yeah.
Too.
But I can't remember who said, when the have-nots outnumber the haves, the whole thing collapses.
Right.
And in Illinois, just like nationally in a lot of ways, we have empowered, bred, paid for a large, and I don't know. When I say how many people work for the state of Illinois, how many people? Well, we've got the official payroll, but all this money that goes out to all these little NGOs and all these other groups, those folks are dependent on the state of Illinois.
Yeah.
And I'm not saying they don't do good work, because a lot of the things happen.
Sure.
But they're still state employees and by relationship. And so they're not going to vote against their own paycheck. And I think that's the point that we've reached in Illinois.
It's just a money game.
Yeah. And Pritzker's got the money. So that's what happened to Madigan. So they got Pritzker elected, Rauner unelected. He wasn't going to get reelected anyway. He'd done some dumb shit, signed some bad bills, particularly on immigration. And
but Pritzker has no shortage of time signing dumbass bills. But I guess he could do what he wants.
Yeah,
kind of.
Yeah.
That's crazy, right?
So now Pritzker shows up, and he's a billionaire, and he's handing out checks.
Yeah.
Because he wants the minimum wage increase. He wants all this stuff done, all these agendas done, because he wants to run for president.
Yes.
And Madigan's standing there, and he's a conservative or Democrat. I mean, he's by no means a left-winger.
No, right.
And he's run this machine for 20 years, and he knows when to go and when to slow.
And this dude's
this
pedal to the metal.
Yeah,
dude.
because he wants to build a resume to run for president.
In 8 years, he wants to go from nobody to sitting in the White House.
Yeah.
Yeah. And he's going to try.
It'll be 12 years.
Or 12 years, yeah. He's going to try.
He's going to try. And
Is there any chance in hell in your brain? No way, right?
No.
All right, I got a question.
Yep.
And I know you're not law enforcement, but I think you probably are aware of the law. Is it, in your opinion, if the federal this ICE situation, I don't even care about opinion on what I think they do serve a purpose that we need, whatever, but I also think there's been some carried away shit going on, whatever. I mean, we only see what we see. My question is, are you allowed to disregard the federal government and not get arrested?
No.
Okay.
So think,
because that's what I'm saying.
Go back in Biden's term, and think about what Texas tried to do to the border. What Governor Abbott, and he wanted to put concertina wire up.
Yep,
He put barrels in the river.
Yep.
And he wanted to put the Texas Rangers on the border, and he wanted to nab people coming across the border, and he got sued for that. The state of Texas and Governor Abbott got sued. And the gist of it was that the courts said, no, immigration is a federal issue. It's not a state's issue.
So you're not even allowed to deal with it.
Yeah. I mean, you can help.
Sure.
But it's not your place to go put concertina wire up. It's not your place to go put the National Guard on the border. It's not. This is a federal enforcement.
So it's the same exact thing going on.
Now it's turned around.
Oh, but now it's
That's not good.
Now we're going to sue.
Right.
We're going to sue the federal government for sending ICE here.
Right. For enforcing immigration.
Yeah.
And and then they say, well, we don't have to cooperate. Well, you do.
Dude, I seen a video of some state officers cuffing up
they're doing
an ICE officer.
So I think what happened.
These dudes are going to end up shooting the shit out of each other.
No, they're not going to cuff. No, they haven't cuffed an ICE officer. No.
Oh, they haven't?
No.
Oh, I'm just seeing some bullshit. I'm saying it was like, oh, they got one.
No.
Okay.
They've threatened to prosecute them. They've threatened to hold hearings. They've threatened to do this.
There was the public was going crazy trying to ransack a hotel they thought ICE was staying in Minnesota. And I'm going, these dudes don't fuck around, first of all.
No. Well,
so bad idea.
It's a bad idea. But what happened, so in the middle of all that, remember the Somali
Yep.
all this badge stealing
Yes.
and stuff.
Yes.
And that happened. And then this tracking ICE and interfering and blowing whistles and blocking streets, all of that happened. They've got these watch groups organized. So Minneapolis City Council is a district. Decatur is at large. But in Minneapolis, they have districts.
Okay.
And you get and several of these city council members are organizing their district to thwart ICE. And it goes back to lieutenant governor and the governor's office. So this all comes out, and all of the fraud and the waste comes out.
Right.
And then,
Right.
and all this, violence against ICE. And then Trump has a phone call with the governor of Minnesota. And he said, look, what do you want to do here? And sure enough, it wasn't but about 2 or 3 days later that the Minnesota State Police is enforcing the law. Minneapolis cops are enforcing the law. Those people breaking into that hotel, they got rounded up.
Oh, so you're saying they got on board, but this dickhead up here within our state's going, sue Trump.
Yeah, right. Well,
Come on.
But so, they've got those guys on federal notice. You want to screw around, you want to interfere with what we're doing.
Yeah, because that's what I'm just going. I'm like, this is totally illegal.
Totally illegal.
I mean, because obviously the federal government supersedes everything, but it's like
Well, they're states' rights, but this
is it a campaign? Is that another one of his campaign moves to go, okay, if enough of Illinois hates Trump, then I can say, fuck Trump. We're not dealing with ICE on a press release.
But what do you see?
Nothing's happening.
No,
he's just
you
talking that shit.
Yeah, well, you see 30, 40 old white people holding signs.
ICE rallies.
Yeah.
Dude, they had one in Bloomington the other day, and I drove past it, and I was,
Hey.
I am not pro
It's okay.
cops kill any kind of law enforcement killing anyone that shouldn't be shot at or ran over. I'm not pro that. And that's insane. But either way, I mean, hey, there's bad everyone.
Yeah, there are.
So they're definitely somebody who was it? One of these celebrities just said same thing. He goes, I'm not racist by any means. Don't get it twisted. He said, but matter of fact, I think he was a Latino guy. He says, if you don't like ICE, then don't call the police when something goes wrong for you.
That's right.
If you don't like the law enforcement, don't pick and choose.
So look at these groups. Minneapolis probably is not a good example because there aren't very many other than the Somalis.
Right.
There's not a lot of racial integration into Minnesota.
Right.
But you go to these other cities where these events are happening, and do you see people of color there?
Yeah, it's crazy now.
No. They don't want them in their neighborhoods.
Yeah,
They don't want them taking over their schools. They don't want them taking over their community centers.
Right. Yeah.
They don't want those people in their neighborhoods.
That's what's insane, dude. We're in the day and age where we could start a company to where we say, hey, we got 500 people on dial. You let us know where you need them and what you want them holding a sign that says.
Right.
And it'll be,
yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
That's
It
crazy.
doesn't matter what town.
Nope.
Hey,
Yep.
we need you in San Francisco. Oh, now we need you in Minneapolis. No,
Right.
we want you in Chicago.
Yeah.
No, we need you in Philadelphia.
You sent 150 retired white ladies to Baltimore, and you
Right.
said you needed people.
Right. Yeah.
Sorry, that's what we had.
I know.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
But, so okay, so this is next week. I got Darren Bailey and Aaron Delmar coming in, and I'm not asking if you think they should, but is it almost like, boys, it's impossible to beat this guy?
I think it's virtually.
And do they know that too? I mean,
Well,
they got to kind of have
Darren-
seen it too.
Well, Darren went through it 4 years ago. He knows what's coming.
He tried this already.
Yeah, he was a Republican governor nominee 4 years ago against Pritzker.
Oh, this is round 2.
This is round 2 for him.
Here we go.
Yeah.
Wow.
4 years ago, well, we'll go back. My relationship with Darren Bailey goes back to when he and I both got elected to the House at
Okay.
the same time. And so we were together in Springfield, and we were in the COVID hit, and they moved us all into the Bank of Springfield Center and spread us out and all this stuff. Made you wear a mask and all that crap. Well, Darren one day showed up without a mask. He said, "Screw this! Doesn't do anything. We're taking COVID tests once
Did
a
shit
week."
fly off the handle when he did that?
Yeah, yeah. They expelled him.
Oh yeah.
They expelled him from the floor, and I walked out with him. And I said, this is wrong, and we walked out together, and I eventually went back in.
Sure.
He came back a day or two later, made his point, and we were right. He was absolutely right. So we've been friends.
Sure.
Then he ran for the Senate, and he won. And so he was in the Senate, and I was still in the House. And then he ran for governor 2 years later. And we had bus trips. I mean, I campaigned all over the state of Illinois with Darren.
Oh, that's cool.
Oh, we rode everywhere. We did bus stops. We did fundraisers.
Oh, so these bus tours he's doing, you've been there.
Yeah, 4
been
years
there,
ago.
done that.
Been there and done it.
Yeah.
We did everything. And so I have a different perspective, I guess.
Right.
And I told Darren this. This is not a secret to him. And this was before the family tragedy with the helicopter crash. Mm-hmm. But I told Darren had not announced. And I told him, I said, "Darren, this isn't your time. This is not going to work. The people in Northern Illinois, Republicans in Northern Illinois, will not accept you. They will not. You have a funny voice.
Fair.
You're a
Country boy.
And a hard Christian and a solid conservative. I mean, solid conservative.
Right.
And we did this 4 years ago. We went through this 4 years ago.
Right. You fit this part of the state.
Yeah.
But you don't fit this part.
and if we can't make inroads in that northern third of Illinois, which is where majority of the population is, we're never going to win.
You feel like that currently, or you feel like that same battle?
4 years ago, I was optimistic. I thought we could make inroads. Yeah. People had 4 years of Pritzker. They'd seen their bills go up. They saw all the crazy shit. He'd locked us out of schools. He'd locked us out of churches.
Crazy.
We'd been through all that stuff, and it didn't matter. It didn't matter.
Oh yeah. I didn't even think about that. The last election was right after the bullshit he pulled through the whole state.
Right. Yeah. So anyway,
damn. Yeah.
I think, and I've listened and talked to all the candidates, and I've decided, my wife Joe and we've decided that we would back Ted Dabrowski.
Okay.
And I just told Darren, I said, "Look, it's not personal." I said, "You would be better off the kingmaker than the king."
Right. So you're saying whoever you support can win this thing.
Well, we'll have a
much
better,
or that's what I meant. Yeah.
We'll have a much better, and not just in the governor's race.
Yeah, because at some point you got to go, hey, there's 5 of us trying for this.
Yeah.
Who is the best? Because we have to dethrone the king, man. Right. This is not going to be easy.
Yeah. So
are any of these guys running millionaires?
No.
They're just dudes.
Well,
dudes who have done good, obviously.
Yeah, one is a sheriff up in the largest county, other than Cook County.
Yeah, DuPage
County,
yeah.
And he's the county sheriff, and he's done a phenomenal job. Runs a great jail, great programs in his jail, low recidivism, helps people. I mean, he's really a good guy.
Yeah.
He is really a good guy. He just doesn't – he's getting better, but he doesn't have that appeal.
So the 5 that are going, is it the election in March is what decides that?
March 17th.
And then that'll decide who is representing
the Republican
Will
side.
They automatically then get on each other's – or it's like you would like to think, but not really how it works?
A lot of times rhetoric is okay.
Right.
But like 4 years ago when Darren won, the other candidates disappeared. Oh. Instead of working with them and helping them and fundraising and doing things, they turned their back on. Well, Richard Irvin particularly, but the rest of them just, they said, okay.
Take it personal to a point.
Yeah,
huh?
well, been there, done that. I've been campaigning for 7, 8 months. I'm tired. I'm done.
Right.
I lost. I'm leaving.
Tapping out.
I'm leaving.
Yeah.
And
It's probably popular.
yeah, I guess, but it's not helpful.
No.
So I don't know.
Yeah, it does make you go, well, what were you in it for anyway?
Right.
If you don't really care about
Right.
change, if you're not in the spotlight, then did you care?
Yeah. So what are we going to do?
Yeah. You need a resume builder here? Right.
Well, I don't know, but I hope. I don't know. I always am optimistic, and I think things could be better this time.
Yeah.
I hope they were going to be better this time. I don't know, but we need to be. And I think it's, and I just, we decided to support Ted because he's, first of all, his parents were immigrated to this country legally. His mom's Costa Rican or something. His dad was Polish. Great story. They met on a train going to work, fell in love.
Okay.
And so he speaks Spanish, he speaks Polish, he speaks English.
Yeah.
He can connect to different.
What's he do?
Well, his first job was with, I think, Bank of America or whatever, and he worked in Mexico for several years, helping equity businesses startups and equity funding and supporting business development for the bank.
Sure.
And then they moved him to Poland, where he worked in Poland for a number of years, several years for the bank, doing the same thing as that economy boomed after communism. And so he was involved in that.
Oh, so he's been around.
Yeah. And then he came back to Illinois and he started a company called WirePoints. And he spent the last, I think, 12 years studying Illinois government, writing about Illinois government, formulating positions on how to fix things in Illinois government.
Oh, he's coming in with some solutions.
Yeah.
Okay.
And
It's a good way to think.
Yeah. And he's never been in politics, so he doesn't have a record.
For a lot of us, that's a good thing.
It is a good thing in a lot of ways.
Yeah.
But he is the old, I say, been around a long time. He's the old style politician. He's a businessman.
Right. This is a freaking business. If
He's a
there's that kind of debt, then it's a business.
He's a businessman.
Yeah.
And he's mild mannered and he's thoughtful and he's, I guess he's not like Delmar, is a charismatic guy, or Darren, who's very, very popular. But he's the guy that can get stuff done.
Right.
And he knows, and every Republican politician in Illinois reads WirePoint and uses that to formulate.
And that's his deal.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
So
it makes sense.
Why not get the
source,
the author? Yeah.
Yeah.
Go to the source.
So, what would you say is it sounds to me like the Republicans, really all you have to do is go around and convince people that you're going to lower their taxes, because that is the thing, right? It's just who can you convince that because that's kind of the biggest Pritzker gripe, right? Is everything is so expensive.
Yeah,
all these promises are expensive.
Yeah, but it's not just, it's not just taxes. It is. It's your gas tax. The state doesn't have much to do about property taxes, except they keep pushing these mandates down on local governments.
Right.
And saying you got to do this and you got to do that and you got to have this and you got to have that. Well, who's paying for it? Oh, you'll figure it out. But we're not, we're in Springfield and we're not raising taxes to pay for it. We're just telling you how to, what you got to do. Now you go raise taxes. So now
it falls
on the local governments to raise property taxes on school districts. You got to teach this. You got to teach that. You have to have, all these things, and you have to have all this stuff and all these classes for your teachers and all on and on. Well, who's going to pay for it? Well, state of Illinois does pay for part of it.
Sure, but the rest
of it is on a property tax.
So before we get off of this, what is the one thing you would say that most just civilians or residents, citizens, whatever the hell they're called, us, what do you think that they misunderstand about what happens in Springfield?
I think they don't understand the power and influence that the governor has on policy.
Right.
And why it's important to have someone in there who is not intent on taxing and spending and building a resume to run for president.
Right.
And that's what we have.
Yeah.
We have a guy who doesn't care. He'll tax you because it doesn't bother. I mean, here's a guy that took toilets out of his house to save property taxes. But yet he wants to raise your gas tax. He wants to raise your electric bill. He wants to raise the cost of doing business in Illinois. Whereas if we get someone in there who has a different mindset and the governor in Illinois is very powerful. They have a line item veto. So if there's a budget that comes through, they can go through there. And the budgets in the last several years have not been popular in the Democrat Party. They have not been popular.
So does all this stuff get voted on?
Yes.
It does.
It gets voted on the dead of night in January.
Okay.
Or
so
at the end of May.
But of course it just happens.
Well, it percolates and bubbles around, and you never know. The only people know are the Democrats that are working on it, the governor's office that's working on it.
It's designed exactly how it's.
And then at midnight, at the end of May, there's this 1,700-page budget bill that shows up.
Right.
Yeah. But in the last couple of years, Democrats have had trouble passing the budget. So if you had a Republican governor who would exercise the line item veto over several of these issues that we find objectionable, they don't have the votes to override the veto.
Oh, so someone just has to be there to make the play. But right now, we got the guy that's putting this ridiculous plays in motion.
Right. He's writing the budget. I mean, his office, his people, his cronies are putting this budget together, and all these NGOs and all this other stuff.
I mean, for it being a run for presidential candidacy, I feel like the other states of our country look at us as one of the people with a jackass governor.
Yeah, well, we got a jackass governor whose family is worth tens of billions of dollars.
Be whatever kind of jackass you want.
Yeah, they're going to pay for it.
So you think, let's go national for just very briefly. What stems where we're at right now? I mean, I don't know if you're a Trump fan or not. I think most people are, at least compared to who our other choice was.
Yeah, there was no choice.
How crazy. But isn't that crazy?
Yeah.
There should be two strong candidates.
Yeah.
And I think that's what got me is it's going, are we doing social media elections now? What the hell is going on here?
And spend $1 billion on a campaign and fail miserably?
Crazy.
Yeah.
How about you try to force a guy to be president, and finally he's like, wait, did you say Trump almost got shot? Fuck this. What are you doing? I got grandkids. Like, that's insane. That's abuse. You know what I mean?
I know.
Like, I don't know. I don't get it. But so I guess that's my question is how, in your mind, which I'm so one of my businesses has suffered slightly, or not a lot, because of a Trump thing that got into. So I kind of tucked my MAGA hat, but it isn't like I would rather the alternate. How do you think we even got to the point where the guy that was famous for "you're fired" is our president? How we get there? It's almost like
it's like Ronald Reagan.
Okay, yeah.
Here's a guy.
We needed a businessman.
Well, we needed an actor.
We needed an actor. You're right.
So Ronald Reagan had been on TV. He was comfortable being on TV. He was comfortable with the camera.
People loved him.
And
no matter what, dumb shit.
But and he had the right values.
You're right.
Nancy was a little quirky in her astrological,
everything
the stars had, but he was, and he wasn't really conservative, but he was the beginning of America First, or what we call MAGA. I don't like that. I think I'm tired of MAGA. I think America First is a better motto.
Right.
And so we got that, and Trump is the same way. I mean, he was comfortable in crowds. He's comfortable with the camera. He's comfortable talking to people. He knows.
Completely like anything we've ever seen.
No.
There's nothing gets ran by anyone for that guy.
No.
He's
and
from the hip.
Yeah.
It's kind of cool.
Yeah, it's kind of
embarrassing.
Yeah, it kind of wears you out.
No doubt, dude.
But I had this conversation this weekend, and I said, remember Trump's first term? And what was the biggest gripe we had about Trump? Tweeted.
Yeah.
We're just relentlessly.
Yes.
2:30 in the morning, there'd be a tweet.
Book, and not just a small little, he was going in.
And, I mean, it just tweet after tweet.
Yeah.
And we just tell, leave the
Calm
daggum thing
down.
down. Somebody tape his thumbs to his hand or something.
Yeah, whoever his tweeter is, take a day off.
Yeah. Take the battery out. Do something. But that was what he did in the first term. That just kind of drove everybody nuts. Now, what he was doing was decent. So what do we have?
Well, we spent his whole first term doing nothing but trying to arrest him instead of anything with the country.
It was 2 years.
First
2 years until the Republicans took the House. But then, so what's going on now? Well, he won't shut up.
Yeah.
I mean, a press conference every day.
Yeah.
You don't need a president having a press conference every day. And it's the same story.
Mm-hmm.
You know, we're the best country on the planet. We're this, we're that. It's, you know, this. It's true.
But
it's true. But after you say it 3 times, people get it.
Yeah, and after you see it 30, it starts losing its umph.
And that's the
300,
thing.
people go, who gives a shit?
They tune you out.
Yes.
But that's the problem. And then he's losing, I think, he's losing confidence or support, which is not good.
Well, valid point. It used to be if the president is having a press conference, we would go, well, let's see what the hell he's talking about. He don't talk to us that often. So this guy, it's like
that's what's on
every day. Yeah. He's got 3. He's got a tweet,
but
a post, and an interview.
But the best part is this time they prepared to run the government,
right?
And he got people to come and run the government.
Yeah, them 4 years off were great.
Yeah. Well,
I mean, for him to actually be able to go, okay, I'm only going to get 4, what can we do? Because I do believe that his interest is for his kid's future and your kid's future.
Oh, yeah.
So
what are we
exposure's a motherfucker, and they're doing it. That's great.
Yeah.
But it ends in a couple of years. Then what? It's like, are we going to be? What next actor is going to try out? Or are we going to actually get some? At least come in and trick us like we need to be?
I don't know. I mean, people are already lining up, and J.D. Vance is the obvious successor.
Yeah.
And he's doing a lot of good things. And then you got Marco Rubio on the international stage, the negotiating his team, and he and his team negotiating a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
And then I don't know but there's always somebody. I mean, when Trump won the first time, there were 13 people on that stage.
Yeah.
There were 13 people in that Republican primary.
Yeah, you're right. There's plenty of people.
I mean, it's crazy.
Yeah.
But I think
it seemed to me in 2016, it was literally did you say I couldn't do this?
Yeah.
All right, fuck that.
I'm in.
That's kind of cool.
Yeah.
I mean,
but you go back, you read.
It's easy not to like him. I get that too.
Yeah.
I mean, I like him, but it's easy to go, who's this fucking guy? It's like, well, that's him. Yeah. That's the kind of dude.
Well, he's a New York
businessman,
developer who's had to deal with the mob and the unions,
everything,
dude, and the city council.
He's not for the bullshit.
No,
and it's great.
He's been through it all. Yes. And if they had anything on him, they'd have used it
for sure. And I think that's the point. Is he's going, we're wasting money. If we know how this shit works. He goes, I got some people you can arrest, and here's the shit.
The list.
Here's what they did.
Yeah. I mean, I think we're doing well. I think our country is doing well.
Yeah.
I don't know. I worry sometimes. I worry that he's doing all this and he's so out front and so loud and so forthright that maybe he's not sure he's going to be around.
Right. Right.
That he's establishing a legacy and he's making a record.
Yeah.
And I mean,
it's like final stamp type deal. You're not wrong with that thought too. It is how it seems. It is almost like, what the fuck's going on here?
I wonder about that.
Yeah.
But it's,
some of the shit's over the top, but
it's just my own.
No, it's valid. I mean, when you said it, it was kind of like, I thought the same thing. Like, what's going on, man?
Yeah. I don't know.
Who knows? Yeah. But we'll get a chance. So if you think, over the next 10 years, whatever, 5 years, 10 years, what do you think
I don't buy green bananas.
you would like to, what would you like to see just overall change in politics as a whole in general? If you're like, man, if only this could change. I know there's going to be different parties, different sides, and arguing is the most best thing that most of us, Apple and Pepsi and Nike, pay people to argue in a room.
Right. Yeah.
So it's okay.
So you drink
we
Dr.
stop
Pepper.
doing that. Right. None of them even like this shit, but they argue about what's the best way to tell people to drink it.
Yeah.
You know?
Right.
So I think that's it, is what is the one thing that you're like, man, if only, whether it's this generation or the next generation of politicians, if only this could happen, man, we could really.
I think there's a couple of things that come to mind. I think first of all, one of the projects that I've been involved with and I am still involved with, it's called the Convention of States.
Okay.
And the Constitution allows the states, 36 of them, to come together and have a constitutional convention. And they can amend the Constitution, but it goes back, and now the states then have to ratify the amendments. And it's a process. And people watching this, you can look in the COS, Convention of States, and it's 26 or 27 states have already opted in. So we're not that far away. And once they get their number, then every state is going to have to participate, except in the original Constitution, I don't think Connecticut was part of it.
Okay.
They didn't even show up.
Okay. So
It's really interesting.
Okay.
But if you want to go and you want to be there and you want to be represented, you show up to the convention. And it's
And what, they're going to make changes to the Constitution?
I think they'll do term limits. They want to enact spending limits where our Congress can't spend more than 3% of GDP.
Oh, just throw some things that are relevant now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
To take back the powers to the states from the federal government.
Yeah, a lot of things couldn't have been foresaw.
Oh, no.
Dude, not to sidetrack, there's a stand-up comic who goes, if the people on Mount Rushmore or whoever came back alive today, the first thing one of them would say is, I wrote that with a feather. You haven't changed anything? You guys got cell phone. You could literally talk to people across the world on your phone. You haven't changed this to fit how this crazy world is.
What we have. We've amended the Constitution. We have amended it.
Okay.
I mean, we put in prohibition.
Oh, yeah. Fair.
And then we took it out.
Fair. Yes. Yeah. We amended it and unamended it.
Celebrate the 17th Amendment. That's... the 17th Amendment took prohibition out.
That's great.
They put it in, and then we took it out. We've amended the Constitution. There's a way to do it. But this Convention of States is an active organization that is trying to pull together enough states' governments to agree to hold a constitutional convention. So that's something I would like to see happen in the next few short years.
Yeah.
I think another problem that could solve a lot of this acrimony is gerrymandering on all sides.
What's that?
Where they draw districts and they draw.
Oh yeah.
We put all the Republicans over here and all the Democrats over here.
Right.
And so we're going to or they put all the Republicans over here and the Democrats just here. And it's drawn politically. The maps are drawn politically, and they divide us into places. And look, I benefited from gerrymandering, so to speak. My district was, 80 some odd % registered Republican voters.
Right.
But where do those other 12, 15% Democrat voters, who's their rep?
Right.
Who do they think is standing up for their values when they have no chance of ever electing a Democrat in their district?
Oh, yeah. You're saying, hey, yeah, someone's going to benefit from it, but someone's definitely just ass out. That's
Right.
going to, makes sense then.
We had a problem. We had a way in Illinois. They did away with it, but we used to have districts where you had 3 reps in Illinois,
Okay.
but only 2 from the same party.
Oh, gotcha.
So we had bigger House districts,
Yeah.
and the top 3 vote getters went, but you can't have three from the same party.
Right. So it's going to be 2 and 1 or
It's
whatever.
just two Democrats and a Republican, two Republicans and a
Yeah.
Democrat.
Well,
Whatever it
everything's
is,
going to be represented.
whatever it is, everybody in that district is going to feel represented.
Yeah.
Well, we've gotten to the point where with a computer, before they had to do it by hand, but now with computers and AI, they can get down like to the neighbor's street.
Oh, yeah.
And they go, this person's a registered Republican. This person
Right.
tends to be a Republican. This person tends to be a Democrat. They go to this church or that church, or they buy from this group or whatever. I mean,
That's crazy, right?
the knowledge that's been collected on all of us.
Right.
They can go in there and buy that information, and they can tell, this guy has a concealed carry. This guy gives money to the ACLU.
Right.
You know,
Right.
This person is a volunteer at Planned Parenthood or whatever. This person has a son in jail.
Yeah. All the things.
All the things, and they put it all together and they profile us.
Yeah.
And then they go, okay, well, here's where everybody is, and we want to get as many Democrats as we can over here to vote for us, and then we'll take the Republicans and cram them all
What
together.
a game, right?
Oh, it's an amazing game.
That's crazy.
That's called gerrymandering.
Okay.
As opposed to, here it is, we need 250,000 people or 120,000 people in every one of these squares.
Yep.
Where are you going to start? You're going to start in the middle and work out. You're going to start at the bottom and work up.
But if they're in the square, they're in the square.
They're in the square.
And you think both parties should have a representative in
Well,
that?
I think it would be interesting to go back to that, but I think if we
a lot of areas that are all Republican, it'd be like, well, what the hell's the Democrat dude doing?
Yeah, well,
Yeah.
but I think if we, and not just in Illinois,
Right.
I think, because, I mean, you look, that's what the rap
Everywhere.
about Texas and Ohio.
Yep.
I mean, whoever's in charge
Yep.
every 10 years. So whoever's in charge in that 10 years gets to make the choice.
Right.
So that's who draws the map, and that's who, as opposed to doing it in an orally scientific method,
Right.
without regard to political affiliation.
So you are actually involved in the original thing that you
Yeah,
talked
the
about,
Convention of States.
So other than that, do you what do you do? Are you retired? Do you do anything do you have a 9 to 5? No. Are you like, no, I did that a lot of 9 to 5s already?
I do have a business partner,
Okay.
and we make dry ice. Mark Scranton and I. We have Polar Pellets.
Oh, cool.
We started that about 6 months before COVID.
Oh,
Mark came to
Polar
me.
Pellets.
Yeah, Mark came to me and he said, "Hey, you want to start a dry ice company?" I said, "What does that do?" And he said, "Well, here's what it does." And I said, "Why do you want one?" And he said, "Well, here's why." And I said, "Well, let's do a little market research. And is there a market for it?" And there was. So
Was there?
Yeah.
There you go.
So we pooled our money and bought a dry ice machine, and we bought some big coolers and a trailer, and went out and started thinking, all right,
Let's hawk some dry ice.
And then COVID hit. And I'm going,
So does anyone like this shit?
is anybody up? Is anybody working? Everything's shut down.
Yeah.
Does anybody need dry ice?
Yeah. Does this shit happen to sanitize anything?
Yeah. Right. So
So that was a rough start.
that was a tough start, but
You're like, we're in now. Okay.
well, yeah, and we didn't owe anybody. I mean,
Yeah, I
we
was like,
each
you
put
had
our
your
own money
shit.
in.
Yeah,
We put
yeah.
our own money in. We didn't have a mortgage.
So you kind of just waiting?
Well, we did what we could
Yeah.
and found some business, and we had a little business here and there. We did okay, and we
Yeah.
got through it. And now for the last 4 years or so, I mean, we've done quite well.
That's good.
But I don't spend a lot of time doing that.
You got crew,
Well, Mark,
people that do
Mark
their
is
thing.
more day to day.
Sure.
I do some sales work, and and he and I obviously we consult on things, but
Yeah.
he's kind of more the day to day guy.
He's on his way to trying to call himself retired.
Yeah.
But he does like 5 things. But
Exactly. I'm retired. Other than the Lincoln Theater,
Yeah, the
barbecue
barbecue joint,
the mulching company.
Yeah.
Yeah,
he's dry. Strip
dry
Master's gone
ice.
now finally?
Strip Masters is sold.
Oh,
He's,
okay.
He's
Yes,
still working.
That's one. Oh, he still works there?
Well, they have a 6 month
oh, okay.
transition.
Yeah.
And he's also involved at the Civic Center in the little canteen there.
Sounds just like retired.
Yeah, he's retired. He's retired. So we do that. I'm still involved in some political stuff. I'm running for county board here in Macon County. I still work with my Freedom Caucus friends in the General Assembly.
Yeah.
We do things. We just had a great big fundraiser Friday night down at Arthur's, huge. Convention of States, I'll be speaking. I'll be the keynote speaker in Springfield when they're having a little rally over there.
All right.
So we're doing that. And then I get into my hobbies, which is, anything with an engine. I have we do motorcycle racing. I've been involved in motorcycle racing since the 90s.
Okay.
Personally, I was a semi-professional road racer. And then
What are we talking about? Ducatis and shit like
I
that?
had Harleys.
Oh.
Yeah.
Not racing bikes.
Mm-hmm. Racing bike.
Oh, but the Harley racing bikes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Still have it. And then I crashed pretty hard at Daytona one year on my Sportster and decided that, maybe this isn't.
That hurt.
It hurt a lot. It hurt Jeff Black as much as it hurt me because I was working for him at the time.
Oh, yeah. Well, yeah.
So anyway, I took my bike and we turned it into a flat track bike, a dirt track bike, and we started racing dirt track all over the country. I put riders on it, and I had some folks help me, and I was tuning it and working on it at the track, crew chief it. So we did that, and we won 2 national championships in '99 and 2000.
Oh, heck yeah.
So that's kind of the hook. So I've been doing that.
You still mess with that?
Still mess with it. I have
some riders
I participate this year. We just again one rider. We're based out of Michigan.
Okay.
And so we start in Daytona next month. So
that's cool.
So I have that.
Yeah.
And then I'm hooked on salt.
Oh, what?
Salt.
Uh-huh. What about it?
Bonneville Salt Flats.
Oh, salt flats. You're like, no, not the kind that raises your blood pressure.
No,
Like
I'm hooked on salt.
kind that lowers your blood
Yeah.
pressure.
Yeah.
Fair.
So
Good for you.
I've been out there a couple of times with some other folks. I went out 5 years ago, 6 years ago, and I drove a little truck out there and set a land speed record. And then I kind of backed off for a while. And then 4 years ago, I bought a truck. And we've been out a couple of times. Last year, we went out in my truck, and I set a new land speed record in my truck.
Oh, you're a thrill seeker too, huh?
Oh, well,
Yeah.
between jumping out
You're like,
airplanes,
yeah, you jumped out of a plane in a while.
I used to ski, snow ski and stuff.
Got it. That adrenaline's a good drug, man.
It is, really.
It is.
It keeps things fresh.
For sure.
Yeah.
There's a lot of people I know that go, I haven't felt that in a long time. I'm like, well, then do something to do it.
Yeah, go do something.
Go do something.
Go
do something uncomfortable. It's going to be great.
Go start a fight at the Hard Hat.
That's it.
No. The Hard Hat's not
Choose
here
wisely.
anymore. It's not here anymore. But
Yeah, right. They knew what you meant. No, that's cool. Well, yeah, you're into some stuff, man. Well, yeah, you're one of the most interesting guys I got to sit down with. I mean, when I started looking you up, just, to see someone who's still, very involved in stuff, but, to see all the places that you've been and things you've done and people you've came in contact with, for you to kind of, I don't know, in the end of it, you've kind of just let all of that develop who you are and kind of, it's
not always good.
That's
my
okay.
wife.
That's okay too, right?
I tell her, I say, look, we haven't missed a payment.
Sure.
You get to travel. We do what you want to do.
There's no part of you that we don't have to go all into this, but there's no part of you that ever was like, I'm gonna try to go be senator and then governor or some shit like that, or you're like, no fucking chance.
No.
No desire.
No desire.
Right.
Going to Springfield was enough, but I got to come home every night.
Right.
So that was good. And I could come home, and then I had that hour drive home to decompress, and, they call a friend.
Right. You need that hour.
I call Joe.
Yeah.
I call her and talk to her on the way home.
Well, no, I am. Yeah, this has been really interesting. Who are you going to vote for sheriff?
Oh, well, we got an incumbent.
It's Root and Beck. Yeah. You vote for Root?
Yeah, probably so.
Why? I don't know.
I don't know.
No, I don't know him.
Yeah, no.
I just wonder.
I don't know. It's kind of that party loyalty thing, I guess.
Okay. Yeah. No, I don't know. Aren't they the same party?
Yeah.
Okay.
But he's the incumbent.
What's that? I don't know what incumbent means.
He's the incumbent, which means he's the sitting in
Oh, he's currently the. Gotcha.
Yeah, he's
gotcha.
the current, the elected official.
Yeah.
And it's really hard to go against incumbents in your own party.
Okay.
And it's.
Oh, yeah, because you would be essentially voting to dethrone him from his job. Yeah,
right.
yeah, I got you.
Yeah, it's difficult.
Yeah.
That's a hard choice to make.
Yeah, I didn't really think about that. It's just not just putting someone in. This is a guy that's just running to be that,
right?
Versus someone who already has that.
And Shane Beck is really a good guy, and his wife's a very nice person.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah. No, I just thought I'd ask. I don't know. Everyone has their own thing. I was approached last week with someone saying the same thing, like, "Hey, man, you sure do seem like you're pushing for Shane Beck. Do you know the
Jim.
current sheriff?" And I go, "No,
Jim." Yeah.
Well, I mean,
well, we well, we helped him get elected.
Yeah.
And then he didn't get elected, and then we had to recount.
Oh yeah. That was that whole deal last time.
Yeah.
Was that the last election?
Mm-hmm. Well, it was 2 elections ago. So he didn't get elected. Chubby got elected.
And how long did Chubby? He didn't have that job that long, did he?
Well, almost 3 years. They strung
shit.
out the recount for almost 3 years.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay, so he was there for a while.
Yeah, he was there, and then
the recount
happened, and then Jim got in, and then Jim had to run for election almost right away.
Right. Was every 4 years for
Every 4
sheriff?
years,
Yeah.
And then so he got elected, and now he's up for re-election.
Right. Yeah.
So he kind of got cheated out of the first term, but
it's politics, man.
Yeah, well, it was interesting.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah, it just sometimes it just goes. I like it better when it's in the movies.
Oh no,
no, I like it better whenever stuff gets too close to home, when shit gets shady and stuff like that. You know what I mean? It's like, I thought this was supposed to be only in the movies.
So. Yeah, no, there's a lot of stuff that's not in the movies.
That mighty dollar, dude.
It is. Yeah. It's interesting.
It's a shame, but it's also expected.
It is. I mean, the cost.
If you're running for something, one thing you need from me is money and support.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I've
got support in any way you can give it to me.
Somebody's going to pay for the postcard. Somebody's going to pay for the ad.
Banners and flags and T-shirts and yard signs and everything.
You get your message out.
Yeah.
I think it's too long. I think we take too long to do it, which was why it takes so much money, because it goes on and on and on. I mean,
Oh, right.
I filed my nominating petitions in November. The election is March 17th.
Right.
The election is November.
Right. A year ahead. That's a lot of shit. Yeah, you're right. You're stretching it out.
Yeah, it's a whole year.
25% of your term is spent trying to get reelected.
Right. Yeah. If it's a 2-year term,
then half of it.
It's half of it.
Yeah, you're right. It is. Well, that's probably by design too, unfortunately.
It protects the incumbents in a lot of ways because name recognition is often valuable.
Sure. Yeah.
So, I mean, I think shorter periods, shorter time. And we did it, I think, during COVID 2 years ago or 4 years ago, where we had nominating petitions in the spring and election in the fall.
That's reasonable.
And I think we'll go back to that. I'm hearing that we may go back to that in 2 years, in 28.
Seems reasonable.
Well, it's very reasonable to shorten it up.
Ain't no one trying to weed eat around a yard sign in the fall and still in the spring. Go, this hasn't happened yet, man.
Yeah, I know. It's faded out.
Yeah, tell this guy. Yeah.
I need a new yard sign.
Yeah, you're running again? Oh, this is still?
Yeah, it's still going on?
No. Hey, man. Well, I will.
I'm going to get that.
Yeah, go ahead.
No, I shut it off.
Well, yeah, we'll get out of here, though. But I really appreciate coming and sitting down and just talking, man. Getting to know you is really cool, man.
No, there's lots of good stuff happening.
Yeah, it sounds like it.
And one of the messages that I try to tell people, first of all, if you took Macon County or Decatur and you picked us up and you put us in Iowa or Missouri or Indiana, we'd be thriving. We'd be a vibrant, thriving business, social community. I mean, we'd be good.
Right.
But because we're in Illinois, because we're in the state of Illinois with the high taxes and the high workman's comp and the high utilities and the no school choice, we've got a lot of things that are going against us.
It seems like they try to get us out, even though they don't want us to leave.
No, they don't. Well, they run people out every day.
Yeah.
And that's why it's important to change. That's why it's important to get somebody in Springfield, particularly in the governor's office, that will have the ability and the power and the guts to make some of these changes that'll help turn the state around. And I think the governor has the power to do it. He names the head of the EPA.
Right.
So you want to get rid of some of these bullshit EPA regulations. Yeah, I mean, I don't want drink contaminated water, and I don't want to get lung disease.
Right.
But there's how pure is pure.
Right.
Are you happy with 99% pure?
Right. Or is it worth $2 billion a year to make it 99.9?
Right, or 99.4.
Yeah. Right. Yeah. We're going to gain a 100th of a percent for your $10 billion.
Right.
Yeah, no, you're right.
So, I mean, there's things that the governor can do.
Yes.
There's education. He points. He points the head of this.
Dude, our number of graduates and our competency levels of our kids that are graduating are insane.
It's not good.
No.
And Ted has spent a lot of time. Ted Dabrowski spent a lot of time studying and looking and thinking about and how you change stuff and what you can do.
Yeah.
You know, this school choice thing.
Right.
Federal dollars, the school choice. That money can be used for after-school programs. It can be used for field trips.
No, we'll create an assistant dean position for someone and give them $180,000 a year.
But the kid that gets this money for school choice.
The kid to get it.
And maybe he doesn't want to go to Eisenhower. Maybe he wants to go to MacArthur. And he doesn't live in the district, but he wants to go there. Well, the money follows him.
Right.
Well, it's not necessarily going to Lutheran or St. T or whatever.
Gotcha.
Okay. Or maybe they want to go to Warrensburg. It's a public school.
It is.
Mount Zion.
Yeah. They're all public schools.
They're all public schools.
Yeah.
Maybe they want to go to a different public school because they're not getting what they want in their local school. And but there's the federal in the great big beautiful bill. They came up with a plan where people can direct a percentage or a part of so much dollars out of their taxes to go to school choice in their state.
Right.
Okay. But it's an opt-in. It's not mandatory. It's an opt-in.
Okay.
And the state has to opt in. And there's two ways that a state can opt in. Through the legislature can pass a bill, a law that opts in.
Or the governor can
Or the governor can do it. Now, would you rather have Governor Pritzker, who's not going to opt in because the school teachers union doesn't like it, so he's not going to go against them because they fund his candidates.
Yeah.
Or do you want a governor, Ted Dabrowski, who will immediately opt in?
Yeah, it seems again like a no. The importance of how important education for the young people, young men and women is.
Yeah.
Like, how are we forgetting where we all started?
Well, I go back to when I was on the city council back in 20. And one of the things, we worked with the school district, resource officers, and all kinds of things that we tried to do to make our schools better. And I would tell people, the biggest civil rights issue of our time is denying minority students a good education.
Fair.
Because you have now denied them the ability to participate in this economy. That is, they are now doomed. Doomed.
Right.
If they don't get a good education.
This is true, too. That's the start of being successful.
That's right. You have to be able to read and write and reason.
Yep.
And do math.
Mm-hmm.
And if you don't make that happen,
you're failing them.
You're failing those kids, and you're dooming them to a life of servitude.
I agree. I mean, no, it's facts.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that to me is it's
a
when
big
talk
deal.
About civil rights.
It's a big deal.
You have done this to generations of kids.
Right. And it is. It's like it has to be the few that stand out that are the ones who get out. It shouldn't be like that.
Right.
It should be like, no.
And it's going to get worse. It's going to get worse because of AI.
This is true.
Because now we're going to be dealing with math and logic.
Yes.
And these kids, if they don't learn,
Yeah.
I mean, it's tough now.
Yeah.
It's
There is a way.
There is a way.
Yeah.
And it can happen. But we need
To make it happen.
we need people willing to step up and demand that it happen.
That's it, people. Hey, I know it gets said a lot, and you guys all here go out and vote. Vote matters. This is serious. This is serious stuff.
Right.
If nothing else, what he sat here and told you today is the difference that can be made. We get it. We're all getting taxed to the gills. It's not normal. That's not just how Illinois is. That just happens to be where we're sitting right now.
Right. It's the current environment.
Yeah. But the only way to change it is to change it. So, I mean,
Right. Is to change the people in charge.
That's it, man.
Yeah. Well, I mean, look what sports teams do.
Yeah.
How
I think-
many football coaches got fired?
Yeah. Right. Right. Well,
because the people that ran that business
say,
no,
this ain't gonna do
we're
it.
Changing direction.
This ain't gonna cut it.
You-
It's how it is everywhere. It's what you do.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And that
Needs to happen.
needs to happen in Illinois.
Yeah.
We need a change.
Well, and I think that's what my encouragement is. I think a lot of us, we go, our vote don't even matter. You know what I mean? We go, we're in downstate. We don't even matter. Chicago, it's like, well, guess what all these people add up to?
Right.
Is the same shit that's up there.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And a lot of them ain't voting.
Right.
So let's go, all of us do vote.
Right.
Just make a difference. I mean, and by all means, if you've, in your brain and in your budget, if you can justify what we have going currently, then don't vote. No, I'm just kidding.
If you like it, yeah.
If you like, don't vote.
If you like the fact that your power bill's doubled in the
if you think
last
that's
2 years,
magic.
Yeah, if you think that's good, if you like it that your property taxes have gone up 20-30% in the last 2 years, if you like it that the price of gas in Illinois,
somehow everyone else feels the burden lifted,
right,
but us.
But us. Yeah, I mean,
it's crazy. It's crazy.
People that drive, and I'm, next month I'm going to catch a plane in Indianapolis.
Yeah.
You think I'm filling up here?
Right. Not a chance. Yeah.
No.
Yeah. No, you're right.
Are you going down
it's
to
a damn
St.
shame.
Louis,
Same deal.
Whatever. You're traveling.
You can literally drive 20 miles if you're in Collinsville and go, fuck that. I'm going to go to St. Louis
Right.
and get
Yeah, the Quad Cities.
Yeah. Same.
Rockford.
Yeah.
Rockford, go
gas up.
Go to Beloit.
It's a damn shame.
And go across the border and save 30 cents a gallon.
That's how it is. They got the paint tax now.
I did that. Yeah. Well, you saw me buying paint.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. They got
I got to pay my share.
It was like it's just always something, and I get it. I mean, money comes from somewhere, but it can be managed a hell of a lot better.
A lot better.
Hell of a lot better.
So
he spends money like a rich guy.
Yeah. Well, he is.
But he spends our money like a rich guy.
Well, who better?
I mean, he's like, he got rich from spending other people's money.
Exactly. Yeah, that's funny. It's it's not. It's something that can be changed.
Yeah.
And you have to have that optimism.
Yeah.
And I mean, I get it. People throw up their hands and they leave, and we get thousands of people every year leave Illinois. Mm-hmm. Now we get people that come in.
Sure.
But the people that are coming in aren't replacing the people that are leaving.
No.
The people that are leaving are the people that are taking their retirement money, particularly from the state of Illinois.
Yeah.
They're taking their business money.
Say taking or taking their actual businesses.
Taking their businesses with them, or they're selling their home and taking their property taxes away.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, there's just things that we lose billions of dollars of tax revenue every year by the people that are leaving and the people that are coming.
Just from bad choices getting made and people going, I'm not going to sit here for this shit show.
I don't need this. And everybody says, well, yeah, they're moving to Florida or Arizona.
No, they're not.
No.
They're moving from Danville to Terre Haute.
Exactly. Or
Seriously.
Yeah.
Yeah. They're moving right across the border and going, 40 more miles. I live in a house that's $200,000 more dollars and I have less property taxes. Like, what the fuck?
Or my grandkids
Gas is cheaper.
My grandkids are an hour more away.
We'll figure it out.
We'll figure it out.
Yeah, we've been figuring it out. Yeah. No, you're right, dude.
And that's what they're moving to Wisconsin. They're moving to Indiana. They're moving to
Well, I think that's it. It's like, man, I get it, though. I do get it. But it's like, man, stay and fight, too.
Yeah.
The ones that are here, you're here. We all can't have the ability to go set up shop somewhere else. So it's like, if you're here and you bitch about anything, which we all do, that's not you, it's me.
Yeah.
Is vote, man. Vote. Tell your people to vote. I think that's it.
Voting's going on right now.
Yep.
And March 17th is the official voting day.
Yeah.
And it's easy to do. And it means a lot.
Yeah.
It means a lot. It sends a message. And if the people around here and folks listening to your podcast will go vote, just go vote.
Do it. Yeah.
Let's send a message here in March. We're awake, we're paying attention, we're voting, and we're going to come back in November and vote again.
Yeah. Let's make a difference.
And let's change.
Yeah.
And I think a change will change the attitude. It'll change opinions about Illinois. And it will give businesses a fresh look about coming here.
You're right.
I mean, businesses are planning 3-5 years. They don't decide, okay, it's February and we're going to open a new business in November and we're looking at Illinois.
Yeah.
And no. It's February and we're looking at 2028 or 2029.
Yeah.
And where do we want to go?
Right. Same with the ones who are starting here. They're looking and going, are we going to stay here or are we going to get the hell out of here in 2028?
What
and
are
it's
we
saying,
gonna
no, we got to keep everybody here. Keep it growing. Keep it.
We've got to do that.
Home, man.
We have to.
Well, I think the governor up there, the rich guy, he underestimates the ability of the rest of the state. If we would, instead of having 20% of our population come vote, if we could get 70 or 80%, or all of them would be great. But
65, 70%.
Come be heard. Come make a difference.
Yeah.
Because we all get affected, man. I would love to go, hey, man, either side you choose, but nobody likes the shit that's going on up there right now. That's impossible.
You can't.
No. Then you have too much money too.
Or you're bought. Or you're bought.
Or you're bought too. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, fair. Well, dude, thanks a lot for coming in, man. I'm really glad I happened to meet you just randomly, and it was like, I got to talk to this guy. But you're doing good things. You've done good things, and it was an absolute pleasure to talk to you. We'll make sure we clip this a lot to just put the word out there to be able to vote, get people out to vote. It's important. You know how important it's been most of your life. So
one vote counts.
That's it. A 1 + 1 + 1 equals a lot.
Yeah,
eventually.
But one vote. In the sheriff's race.
Yeah. Was that it?
It was one vote.
No shit.
Yeah, it was one vote. And then we went to a recount. And after the recount, it was like 13 or 17 votes.
That's still not very many.
The other way to Jim Root's favor.
Yeah. So we're talking tight, no matter what.
Exactly.
So your vote counts.
Your vote counts.
Yeah.
And you just don't know how much it counts. I mean, it could be the vote.
Yeah. Very valid point, dude.
Yeah.
There you go, people, man. There's we got local elections going on as everything up to the governor. Be heard, man. Yeah. However you stand, however you feel, be smart. And set the example for your kids that are watching you go vote, because they're going to need to do it too. So take them with you. There you go. Yeah, get your sticker.
Get your sticker. Put it on your kids.
Get your sticker. Take a little selfie. Let your friends see you did it, so then they'll go do it. You can go do it tomorrow. Yeah. Right across the street, right there where that 151 Westwood Church and Wood.
Right,
it's right there.
Yeah,
big locomotive on the side of the building. People are more than happy to help you guys figure out what to do if you don't. Really easy process.
Very simple.
Very simple. All right. Well, you heard from the man who's been in it his whole life, man, and just he's still hopeful enough that he's sticking around to make a change anytime he can. So you guys all do your part. Thank you for sitting down with me today, man. Really appreciate it.
It's been fun.
Yeah.
I hope this isn't the last podcast.
Oh, no, this is good. This is one of the best ones for sure. You are great. Well, hey, thank you guys for joining us on this episode. Again, if you haven't had a chance to hit that subscribe button, please do follow us on all social media platforms. And until next week, be kind to each other. Thank you. Quick shout out to our partners, W Energy, clean energy, no crash. Use code BeyondBiz at w.gg for 10% off. Oakwood Screen Printing, custom apparel done right, from small runs to big orders. And Midwest Lightning Rods, protecting homes and businesses from lightning strikes across the Midwest. Now let's go.
Yo, we on business. Yo, we out here hitting that grind. Podcast vibes, letting loose, unwind. Nicks on the mic, yeah, he flexing with pride. Meeting dope souls, taking you on the ride. Talking about life, not just that paper. Doing it big, ain't no time for a hater. People yap behind his back, but we rise like the sun. Gather round, fam, we just having some fun. Beyond business, it's a vibe, feel that thrill, getting intimate. May even get your heart filled. Meeting the legends, those raw and real. Digging deep thoughts, show you how to feel. From the block to the boardroom, we making that move. Beyond business, baby, yeah, we got the groove. Shout out to the hustlers, the real street thugs. We all eat together, no need for the drugs. Yeah, you blessed with the gift, determined to thrive. Nick's breaking it down, keeping that fire alive. Let's go deep like the ocean, no bluff. Beyond business, baby, we can't get enough.